95% of the world's watches are made here, including the one you're wearing right now. Many big brand watches are produced or sourced for parts from here. This place is Shenzhen City, the world watch capital city.
What if your $10,000 Rolex was mostly made in a Chinese factory, not a Swiss chalet? A viral leak from Shenzhen just blew the lid off the luxury watch game, and Rolex is scrambling slashing prices on Submariners and GMTs to save face. But here's the kicker. This drama's hitting at the same time Sean Diddy Combs' trial is exposing Hollywood's elite secrets. From Teterboro tarmacs to TikTok unboxings, the illusions of luxury and power are crumbling. Buckle up, this story's a wild ride.
You pay $4,400 for a mid-test Tudor Black Bay monochrome. You pay almost $10,000 for a Rolex Submariner. And a Royal Oak extra thin, it costs like $36,000. Cheap is not a word that applies.
A watch is often blurred. However, when you come to Guangzhou, you cannot see any problem just by looking at the appearance. What you need to be careful about is that the low quality movement inside will be sold at a high price.
My suggestion is you can try it first or buy it for a legal way. I'm Sean. See you next time.
Rolex, the crown of luxury worn by moguls, rappers, and CEOs, its Submariner screams status, the GMT Master 2 pure prestige. But now, that untouchable aura's cracking. A Chinese expose revealed that up to 80% of Rolex's parts, cases, dials, bezels come from Shenzhen factories, not Swiss craftsmen. Ex-posts are screaming betrayal, and Rolex's hush-hush price cuts on prized models only fuel the fire. How did the king of watches fall into this mess? Let's dive in.
And in Shenzhen, you must not miss this factory.
Asking y'all should receive. Tisa, where are the watch manufacturers? I did some digging and I found the watch manufacturers. There is a new scandal coming out of the luxury watch division. Listen, if you want to keep going to Rolex, if you want to keep going to AP and spending your money, go and do that. However, industry insiders are coming out, and I have their videos. People have even been fired from it for lifting the hood away from the...
Forget Switzerland's snowy mountains, Shenzhen, China is the real watch capital, pumping out 95% of the world's timepieces. Factories in Longgang churn out sapphire glass, ceramic bezels, and polished bracelets for brands like Omega, Tag Heuer, and yep, Rolex. These aren't cheap knockoffs, they're top-tier parts, often from the same lines as authentic watches. Some factories even claim to use Rolex's leftover materials, building near-identical pieces without the logo. Shenzhen's flexing and the Swiss are sweating.
Produce. I'll tell you one thing. That one thing alone is more than enough for y'all to understand why y'all should not be wearing a fake. Self-confidence, guys. Once you wear a fake, your confidence is not the same as you wear original. Because once you wear a fake and you walk into a place where there's a lot of people who love watches, people who wear the original are going to figure out it's a fake. So once you wear the fake and it gives some light off it, there is going to be reflection shown on that. That alone is more than enough. And your confidence level is not the same.
It started with whispers on Reddit, then erupted on TikTok. Videos of Shenzhen workers boxing Rolex-style cases by the thousands. A whistleblower, fired from a Swiss brand, dropped photos of 1970s Rolex parts. Dials, hands, bracelets, stamped Made in China. Another claimed some watches got $5 quartz movements, not Swiss automatics. X-Post went wild, with @IanPutIt calling it Rolex's crisis. The expose hit like a bomb, and Rolex's response quietly slashing prices, hoping no one notices.
Most Swiss watches are actually made in China, and the reason that replicas often look just as good as the original is that they are made in the same factory.
They offer a wide range of styles to choose from, maintain strict production standards, and can support customization, starting from just 50 pieces. What? Worry about them are just middlemen? You contact them directly.
That Swiss-made stamp on your Rolex? It's a marketing masterpiece. Swiss law says only 60% of a watch's value, think branding, marketing, or final assembly, needs to come from Switzerland. Shenzhen builds the case, dial, and bracelet. Geneva adds the movement, buffs it, and bam, Swiss-made. You're paying $6,000 for a watch that's 80% Chinese with Rolex's 5x markup covering the hype. Ex-users like it get Kiziak call it outsourcing's shame and the illusion's fading fast.
Watches come in different sizes. A small dial makes your wrist slimmer, while a larger one makes you a stronger era. First of all, you need to determine your budget range. The Rolex Datadress is the best choice for cost-effective.
Rolex never goes on sale until now. Reports from watch forums and dealers say Submariner, GMT Master 2, and Oyster Perpetual models dropped up to 20% in select markets, slipped in by authorized dealers post-leak. A Submariner that was $10,000? Now closer to $8,000. Ex-posts like eProfaltuergis tie it to the Shenzhen expose, claiming Rolex is desperate to keep buyers. With used prices already down 4.9% in 2024, the brand's fighting to save its mystique. While Rolex reels another elite facade is crumbling, Sean Diddy Combs' May 2025 trial. Facing racketeering and trafficking charges, Diddy's empire is unraveling much like Rolex's. On May 5th, he was nabbed at Teterboro Airport, steps from a jet to Cape Verde, with $213,000 cash and texts about resetting life. Prosecutors say he fled to dodge evidence like Orlando Brown's memos and Bieber's footage exposing his freak-offs. Both scandals rip the curtain off luxury secrets, and Rolex fits right in.
Rolex to your collection. These are the 5 cheapest Rolex watches that you can buy right now. First one, we got the 36mm Datejust 16220 with the engine turn bezel and is worth around $6,500. The next watch is a 36mm Datejust 16014 with a blue dial and fluted bezel. This one is priced at around $6,200.
Orlando Brown, Diddy's former pal, turned prosecution star with voice memos from Diddy's properties, whispering about guest wings and heartbeat reset codes. His recordings sync with lighting logs and ledgers. Rumors swirl that Brown noted Rolexes on guests, symbols of the elite status Diddy's trial is dismantling. Did Brown's memos catch watch flexes tied to illicit events? The defense calls it nonsense, but the Rolex connection adds spice to this Hollywood expose.
In different sizes, a small dial makes your wrist slimmer, while a larger one makes you a stronger error. First of all, you need to determine your budget range. The Rolex Datejust is the best choice for cost-effective. For more advanced options, there's sports and professional models. Let's look at the Submariners here.
Justin Bieber's 14-minute video from a Diddy mansion shows staff guiding guests to a guest wing, radios buzzing with heartbeat reset, echoing Brown's memos. Posts speculate Rolexes gleamed on wrists in those corridors, tying luxury watches to the trial's dark allegations. Rolex's Shenzhen leak and Diddy's controlled events both expose what's hidden behind wealth's shine. The defense insists it's just VIP logistics, but the parallels are too juicy to ignore. Diddy's trial dropped a people and places list naming Kanye West, Michael B. Jordan, Mike Myers, and Cassie Ventura. No accusations, but their Rolex-wearing rep fuels X-chatter. Kanye's gold Daytona, Jordan's Submariner, watches are status badges in this crowd. Subpoenas for DJ Khaled and Mary J. Blige, often Rolex-clad, add intrigue. Posts like at Solar Life ask if the Shenzhen leak will make stars ditch Rolex for clean brands. Luxury's under fire and watches are front and center. Shenzhen factories aren't hiding anymore. They're taking custom orders via Telegram, WeChat, and WhatsApp, offering OEM or same-line Rolex builds for a fraction of retail. A whistleblower claims some use Rolex's leftover materials, finishing watches without the logo. These aren't $30 fakes with shaky movements, they're near identical with sapphire glass and ceramic bezels. Users call it a revolution, cutting out Rolex's middlemen. The brand's control is slipping and the leak proved it. Rolex's dirty secret? A $6,000 watch costs $1,200, $1,500 to make per insiders. That's a 5x markup, dwarfing Omega's 4x or Christopher Ward's 3x. Luxury watch margins 10-20%, Lagtech's 32-39%, for example, Apple, Novo Nordisk. But Rolex's non-profit status hides its profits. The Shenzhen leak exposes this hustle. You're paying for branding, not craftsmanship. Posts question if Rolex is worth it when China's factories deliver the same quality for less. Is luxury just a scam? Why's mainstream media mum? Rolex, Omega, and Cartier spend millions on ads keeping magazines like Esquire quiet. Bloggers get free trips to Baselworld, gifted watches, and VIP dinners to stay loyal. But YouTubers, TikTokers, and users like at Enzo Calamo are spilling the tea, sharing factory videos and whistleblower posts. The Shenzhen leak thrives on grassroots exposés, just like Diddy's trial relies on Brown's memos. The underdogs are rewriting the narrative, and Rolex can't hush them. Is the battleground. At PugTrader says Rolex's margins are under pressure. Post-leak at Luawai breaks down the 60% Swiss value rule. Fans demand transparency, sharing clips of Shenzhen workers boxing Rolex parts. Like Diddy's trial, where X fuels #Diddy trial rumors, the watch scandal lives online. Posts call for boycotts or direct factory buys, echoing the trial's push to expose elite lies. The crowd's loud, and Rolex's price cuts show they're listening. Sort of. Rolex isn't sitting still. Besides price cuts, they opened a direct Shanghai boutique in 2024 to control distribution amid China's luxury slump. It's a play to restore exclusivity, like Diddy's defense spinning his escape as a business trip. But ex-posts say it's too late. The Shenzhen leak and trial fallout have cracked the luxury illusion. Will collectors still pay $10,000 for a China-made Submariner? Or will factories and whistleblowers keep spilling secrets? The Shenzhen leak and Diddy's trial are twin bombshells exposing the lies behind Rolex's Swiss-made crown and Hollywood's elite shine. From factory videos to Brown's memos, the truth's out. Luxury's built on hype, not craft. Did Rolex's price cuts save their rep, or is the game over? Are you still Team Rolex or cutting out the middleman? Drop your wildest watch or trial tea in the comments. Smash subscribe and hit the bell. This scandal's just ticking. Stay locked in.